A man confronted Chicago Sky players at their hotel room in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday. Chicago Sky players state that they're receiving increased racist comments and threats after an alarming incident at the hotel. The incident happened Wednesday evening as the team stepped off the bus ahead of the Thursday night game against Washington Mystics at Capital One Arena. According to the Sun-Times report, the man who was not a guest at the hotel approached the bus looking for a specific player. The man approached Carter with a camera and attempted to speak with her as Sky staff unloaded the luggage. Hotel staff was made aware of the situation and they escorted the man away. The police were not called. Carter, age 25, sparked fury when she blindsided Indiana Fever rookie phenom Caitlin Clark, age 22, in Indianapolis on Saturday, June 1st. Carter's hard foul sent Clark sprawling to the floor. A common foul that was assessed against Clark during the game was upgraded to a flagrant one foul on Sunday, June 2nd. Angel Reese and other Sky players took to social media to complain about their encounter with the man in the nation's capital. Reese wrote, quote, "Finding out our team's hotel to pull with a camera as we get off the bus and put it in my teammate's face and harass her is nasty work. This really is out of control and needs to stop." Another player wrote, "Interesting how the video posted was edited and doesn't include when he harassed our staff while calling us ghetto expletives and saying women's sport isn't an expletive. We are not about to normalize things like this." In response to what another person said, she replied, "We have security and they did a great job of de-escalating the situation / protecting us. It's still extremely weird and crosses the boundaries, meeting us right when we get off the bus." I want to say that it's a shame that you have a lot of guys out here that feel so emboldened that they can come directly up to a woman or women and put a camera directly in their face, shout expletives, derogatory comments, or whatever, and decide that he wants to try to antagonize them into something because he is a Caitlin Clark fan. Again, this is ridiculous because we all know a man like this, a man of this caliber, would never do this to a guy in the NBA. He knows better. He knows that he would get wrecked. He knows that he would be in the emergency room. EMS, he will be directly on a stretcher. Again, when is the last time that you've really seen any of these guys out here that really talk all this smack online feel so emboldened to try to get into the faces of these NBA players? Like, some of these dudes are 250, 300 pounds, 6'5", 6'9". They're not stupid. They already know your chances are very slim. You could try to run and that dude is just going to reach out and touch you real quick. You're not going to make it far. You're not. And then on top of that, let his teammates even catch wind that you even tried to even do any. It's over for you. It's over for you. So what do they decide to do? They're like, well, I know I can't really, go against any of the guys in the NBA. So I'm going to sit up there and go at the women. I feel emboldened. I'm going to go directly after women. I'm going to pull out my camera. I'm going to be the one. I'm Oolong. I am the one. Right, I am Neo in the Matrix. And that's what he decided to do. To the security guard that was working during that day, in order to protect and de-escalate the situation from it going further than what it needed to go, because realistically, it shouldn't even have went this far to begin with. Shout out to you. You deserve a raise. You deserve a raise, and more than likely, you should be the one training other security guards on how it is that they should manage these type of instances that take place. And realistically, I'm just going to be honest, for the women, because they are women, and because of how society looks at women, they do need security. If one man is emboldened to do something like this, you're going to have more, because this guy was able to get that close and nothing pretty much happened. It was like, it wasn't even a slap on the wrist, no jail time, no prison time, no type of fine. That is going to send a clear-cut message to other guys out here that I can do this. I can do whatever it is that I want. If I have a disagreement or I don't like the players, I can pull up and I can meet them directly when they get off the bus and we can have words. And it's like, no, you can't. No, you can't. If you're not going to roll up and pull up to the scene and do that to men who are more than likely above your pay grade, your weight class, and your height, you shouldn't be deciding that, oh, I'm going to go directly towards women. Go for the King of Kings. Match up with all of those tall guys out there that you dislike, that you say all these negative things online that you want to type behind your keyboard and your cell phone or your tablet. Go match up with all of those guys first. All of those men in the NBA before you ever think of deciding to get into a woman's face. Because again, that shows the type of caliber of man that you are when you decide as a man that, yeah, I got a real sports beef with these women out here, and I have to really let them know how it is that I feel. I, as a man, I have to get directly in their face. You're not going to get, you can have a disagreement with a boxer. You're not about to get into that boxer's face because you know you're going to get cleaned real quick. You know you're going to be seeing them pearly gates real soon. You know you're going to be seeing dead presidents and your parents real soon. You already know, just like the chicken that you don't know how to cook and how it's unsalted, unflavored, and it's dead on arrival, that's going to be you arriving directly on that stretcher, going directly to your first and only funeral. That's going to be you. So again, like I said before, I need checks and balances to be set. And the only way that these checks and balances can be set is if the young women here have security. And they got security that will send a clear-cut message directly out here that we're not going to stand for this. This should not be happening and it needs to stop. Again, we've seen this even in the instances of fans being emboldened enough to throw chairs and drinks and whatnot at men. And again, they want to do this and then they want to, throw a rock and hide their hand, or they want to try to start running, or they want to duck and hide in the crowd after they do something. When you have a lot of men that are like that, that are scared and emboldened, those are some of the most dangerous ones because they will, in a sense, try and will do anything that they feel that they can do. And again, like I said before, we don't need copycats thinking that they can go up to WNBA players and just, get directly in their face and talk all of this mess. Again, before it gets worse, before it goes to an extent that it does not need to go to, this needs to be straightened out. And the other way that this can easily get straightened out is if a lot of the men that normally talk in the NBA that are retired, they're sportscasters, podcasters, and whatnot, they need to call this out for what it is, and they need to be the first ones to say that, yo, this needs to stop. Don't do this. And like I said, they need to put out that message very clear and cut. Realistically, I'll put it to the extent of, maybe some of those ones who are really supporting Caitlin Clark start paying for security for these teams. Y'all got the money. The women in the WNBA don't got the money like y'all. So a lot of the ones that want to back up Caitlin Clark and all this other type of stuff, yeah, start paying for security for these teams out here. Y'all got the money. It's literally nothing for y'all. Start paying for security for these women out here before something ridiculous happens. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.